everybody, and welcome to Monza, the Cathedral of Speed. And it is one of the greatest races on the calendar. It's fast and it's aggressive. Let's take a look at the Drivers' and the Constructors' Championship. We move away from Belgium just 7 days ago to the Cathedral of Speed, the fastest track on the calendar. Welcome to Monza in Italy. It's our next step on the calendar. After this, it's the Ferrari's 1000th Grand Prix before we head off to Russia, and then starts the Grand Prix running with the Eiffel Grand Prix and the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix coming up, as well as the Portuguese Grand Prix. Watch out for that one. Following back, we will then have the Turkish Grand Prix, 2 races in Bahrain, 1 on the outer circuit, and rounding out the season, of course, in Abu Dhabi. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, Lewis Hamilton leads the way for Max Verstappen and Valtteri Bottas. It seems to be a 3-way fight in the championship. The battle in the midfield is heating up, with Ocon rounding out the top 10. On the second page, it's still Carlos Sainz, Gasly, Vettel, Hülkenberg still. No points on the board. Raikkonen, Latifi, Russell or Grosjean. In the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes lead the way, 264 points. The battle to be third between McLaren, Racing Point and Ferrari, with Renault joining the battle. Haas on 1 point, Williams still to score points coming into one of the fastest tracks of the season. It's the Saturday practice review at the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, the Cathedral of Speed. Monza is all about speed. It is the birthplace for Ferrari. And of course, this is just an absolute dream of a track. Let's take a look at it on board with the 2019 Ferrari. Let's take a look around Monza, the Cathedral of Speed. 11 turns, 5.793 kilometres, 3.599 miles. Only 2 chicanes separate one of the fastest circuits in the world. It's important to start the lap well. Get a very good exit out of the last corner of the Parabolica. Open up the DRS across the control line and start the lap. 8th gear, flat out max as you hurtle down towards the first gear braking zone of the Rettifilo. Hard on the brakes all the way down into first gear. Right, left, get the power on at the exit and boot it hard as you come to the Curva de Sol before the chicane number 2. Full throttle up now, pull 8th gear mid-corner, catch the oversteer at the exit before you come into the second part of the chicane. Hard on the brakes again, 3rd gear, throw the car in late, trust you've got the grip before you come into the 2 Lesmo corners. Hard on the brake, 4th gear, ride the exit curve as you come into Lesmo 2, a banked section of the track. Take as much curb as you can on the entrance and the exit in order to straight line for the DRS board. Coming under the old section now, the old banking part of the 1960s track before you come into Ascari. One of the fastest segments, of course. Flip the car, 5th gear, full power now as you head down the back straightaway towards the Parabolica once again. 1:21.046 is the lap record for this track, set by Kimi Raikkonen. Into the Parabolica, flick the car in, get the power on gradually about halfway through, and then just carry it, build the speed up, 7th gear, and then 8th gear even before you need the DRS to complete a lap of Monza. Well, let's get into the third practice report then, and it was quite dull for the first 20 minutes of the session. It took until 40 minutes to go to even get cars out onto the track. However, when we did, everybody was practicing the new 1:43 minimal lap time as dictated to in the race director's notes after the shambles of what was the free practice, after what the shambles of what the Formula 3 qualifying session was, along with the Formula 2 when they all backed up, and the shambles of free practice 2 yesterday. Now going forward, we have got to stick to the 1:43 second lap time around Monza as a slow lap. However, the drivers still managed to catch up with each other and still managed to cause trains. At 2, the cars were doing 1:50 laps, 1:45 second laps, just not good enough. the teams and drivers had to get it right. Going forward, about 20 minutes to go before the end of the session, we noticed that Ricciardo was reporting problems, and with 10 minutes to go, he had a suspected fuel pump issue and stopped the car at the second Lesmo. That caused a red flag, so when the session restarted, we only had 3 minutes of running. Ergo, a traffic jam. That's exactly what's probably going to happen once again this year, just like it happened last year. Everyone backing each other up and not getting a lap. We're in for a crazy qualifying, basically, going forward. In terms of the results then, it was Valtteri Bottas who set the fastest time in the session of 1:20.089. He was just absolutely on it, constantly. 14 laps completed, but he was the best lap time. However, everybody asking, how did he manage to keep his lap time despite running all four wheels off the track at the Parabolica? Well, he's under investigation by the stewards for it. So Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris could head at McLaren 1-2 if the stewards overturn the results of FP3. Sainz was second on 1:23.18, and then a 10th back was Lando Norris on a 1:24.12. So a different top three, finally. Fantastic. Daniel Ricciardo fourth. Lewis Hamilton only managed to get into fifth place. And the reason for that, on his fast lap at the end of the session, he got caught up behind Kevin Magnussen and Nicholas Latifi. Magnussen darted out to the inside into the Parabolica. Lewis had to take to the grass to take avoidance. Not happy. Very dangerous. Magnussen's going to be called to the stewards for that one. It was Max Verstappen sixth from Alexander Albon seventh. A bad session all round for Red Bull. Ocon, though, brilliantly in eighth place. Ninth and 10th for the Racing Points. Very much out of the mix. All the Ferrari engines outside of that top 10. Count them with me. Leclerc 11th. Then we get Grosjean 14th. Vettel 15th. 16th for Magnussen, 17th for Raikkonen, and 20th for Giovinazzi. All 6 Ferrari engines outside the top 10 once again. It's not looking good for them going forward. Okay session for the two Williamses, 18th and 19th overall. AlphaTauri 12th and 13th. They've got more pace to show as well. They got compromised on their fast run at the end of the session. So it's going to be quite an interesting qualifying session coming up. Let's take a look at the times from free practice 3. Valtteri Bottas tops the third practice session of 1:28.98. Carlos Sainz is second at 1:23.18. Then we get Lando Norris in third at 1:24.12. Daniel Ricciardo is fourth at 1:24.19. Lewis Hamilton fifth at 1:24.39. Max Verstappen is sixth at 1:24.56. Alexander Albon is seventh on a 1:25.63. Then we get Esteban Ocon in eighth at 1:26.93. Then on 9th, Lance Stroll, 1:28.04. And Sergio Perez rounds out the top 10 on a 1:28.97. Charles Leclerc is 11th at 1:29.17. Pierre Gasly 12th at 1:29.36. Danny Kvyat 13th at 1:29.53. Romain Grosjean 14th at a 1:21.205. Sebastian Vettel 15th at 1:21.263. Kevin Magnussen 16th at 1:21.436. Dropping down the order, we see Kimi Raikkonen in 17th at 1:21.459. George Russell 18th at 1:21.677. Nicholas Latifi 19th at 1:21.764. And in 20th, Antonio Giovinazzi at 1:22.090. Okay, we are back tomorrow at 1:30 for the Sunday race preview show. All the analysis from qualifying as well. Then at 8 o'clock on Sunday, we will be back for the Sunday race review show as well, the forum type show we like to call it as well. So get your questions in at Joshua Birch 99, hashtag JB Motorsport, and comment below to get your questions in for the race as well. But going forward, it's going to be an interesting run, but it's Valtteri Bottas topping the third and final practice session from Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris. We've got no power modes now going forward, no party lap. Qualifying for the first time is going to be a dead heat fight. Let's see what happens. Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow.